Overthinking is a common issue that plagues many individuals in today's fast-paced and information-saturated world. It involves the repetitive and unproductive cycle of thoughts that often leads to increased stress, anxiety, and mental exhaustion. This incessant mental chatter can prevent us from living fully in the present moment, as our minds become preoccupied with past regrets or future worries. Overthinking can manifest in various forms, such as excessive worrying about potential outcomes, ruminating on past events, or constantly second-guessing decisions. While it may seem like a natural response to life's challenges, overthinking can actually hinder our ability to make clear and rational decisions, impair our emotional well-being, and disrupt our overall quality of life. Understanding the root causes and mechanisms of overthinking is crucial for finding effective ways to manage and eventually overcome it. Buddhism offers profound insights and practical tools that can help us break free from the cycle of overthinking and cultivate a more peaceful and focused mind. By exploring the teachings and practices within Buddhism, we can learn to navigate our thoughts more skillfully and develop a deeper sense of inner calm and clarity. The mind is a complex and intricate entity, constantly in motion, processing thoughts, emotions, and sensory experiences. In Buddhism, the mind is often likened to a monkey, perpetually restless and jumping from one branch to another. This analogy captures the essence of overthinking, where the mind becomes entangled in a web of incessant thoughts, worries, and anxieties. Understanding the nature of the mind is crucial in addressing overthinking, because it allows us to see how our mental processes contribute to our suffering. Buddhism teaches that the mind is inherently neutral. It is neither good nor bad. However, it is highly susceptible to conditioning and habits formed over time. These habits can lead to patterns of overthinking, where we become trapped in cycles of rumination and obsessive thought. The mind's tendency to cling to past experiences or project into the future exacerbates this condition, pulling us away from the present moment and into a state of perpetual mental agitation. One of the fundamental teachings in Buddhism is that our thoughts are not who we are. They are transient phenomena that arise and pass away. This understanding helps us create a sense of detachment from our thoughts, allowing us to observe them without becoming overwhelmed. By recognizing that thoughts are impermanent and not intrinsic to our true nature, we can begin to break free from the cycle of overthinking. Moreover, Buddhism emphasizes the concept of mental formations, or sankharas, which are habitual patterns of thought and behavior that shape our perception of reality. These mental formations can be positive or negative, and they significantly influence how we respond to various situations. Overthinking is often a result of negative mental formations that have been reinforced over time. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can start to deconstruct them and cultivate more wholesome mental habits. Understanding the nature of the mind also involves recognizing its capacity for mindfulness and awareness. The mind has an inherent ability to be present and fully engaged with the current moment. When we harness this capacity through practices like meditation and mindfulness, we can train the mind to stay focused and calm, reducing the tendency to overthink. In summary, understanding the nature of the mind is a vital step in addressing overthinking. By recognizing the mind's neutrality, its susceptibility to conditioning, and its capacity for mindfulness, we can develop strategies to break free from habitual patterns of rumination. This foundational knowledge sets the stage for exploring Buddhist teachings and practices that offer practical solutions for overcoming overthinking and achieving mental clarity and peace. In Buddhism, overthinking is often seen as a manifestation of the restless and untamed mind. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize that the mind, when left unchecked, tends to wander into realms of worry, anxiety, and unnecessary rumination. This incessant mental chatter is referred to as monkey mind, a state where thoughts jump from one to another without any clear direction or purpose. Overthinking is considered a form of suffering because it traps individuals in cycles of negative thinking and prevents them from experiencing peace and clarity. From a Buddhist perspective, overthinking arises from attachment and aversion, two of the three poisons that cloud our perception and lead to suffering. Attachment causes us to cling to certain thoughts, desires, or outcomes, while aversion makes us push away or resist experiences we find unpleasant. Both these tendencies fuel the cycle of overthinking by keeping the mind fixated on what it wants to achieve or avoid. This fixation creates a mental environment where peace and contentment are elusive. Buddhism teaches that the root cause of overthinking lies in ignorance or misunderstanding of the true nature of reality. We often believe that our thoughts are inherently real and significant, giving them more power than they deserve. This ignorance leads us to identify with our thoughts, creating a false sense of self that is constantly under threat from external circumstances. By recognizing that thoughts are merely transient mental events without intrinsic substance, we can begin to loosen their grip on our consciousness. The Buddhist approach to overcoming overthinking involves cultivating mindfulness and awareness. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to see thoughts as they arise and pass away, without attaching any undue importance to them. This practice helps create a mental space where we can respond to situations with clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting impulsively based on habitual thought patterns. Additionally, Buddhism encourages the practice of meditation as a means to calm the mind and develop insight into its workings. Through meditation, we can train the mind to become more focused and less prone to distraction. This focused attention helps reduce the tendency to overthink by anchoring the mind in the present moment. In summary, the Buddhist perspective on overthinking highlights the importance of understanding the nature of the mind and its tendencies towards attachment and aversion. By cultivating mindfulness and practicing meditation, we can develop greater awareness and insight, allowing us to break free from the cycles of overthinking and experience a more peaceful and liberated state of being. The Four Noble Truths form the cornerstone of Buddhist teachings and offer profound insights into the nature of human suffering, including the pervasive issue of overthinking. The first noble truth, often translated as life is suffering, acknowledges that dissatisfaction and mental anguish are inherent aspects of human existence. Overthinking is a manifestation of this suffering, as it traps individuals in cycles of worry, doubt, and mental agitation. Recognizing that overthinking is a form of suffering can be the first step toward addressing it. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering, craving or attachment. In the context of overthinking, this craving manifests as an incessant need for certainty, control, and understanding. The mind clings to thoughts and scenarios, hoping to find solutions or prevent potential problems. This attachment to mental processes creates a feedback loop where the more one thinks, the more entangled one becomes in their thoughts. Understanding that overthinking stems from this deep-seated craving can help individuals see the futility of trying to think their way out of every situation. The third noble truth offers hope by stating that cessation of suffering is possible. This cessation, known as nirvana, can be understood as a state where the mind is free from the compulsions that drive overthinking. By letting go of attachment to thoughts and embracing a state of mental equanimity, one can experience relief from the constant churn of the mind. This doesn't mean eliminating thoughts altogether, but rather changing one's relationship with them, seeing them as transient phenomena rather than absolute truths that demand constant attention. The fourth noble truth provides a practical path to achieve this cessation through the Eightfold Path. This path includes principles such as right understanding, right thought, and right mindfulness, which directly address the patterns that contribute to overthinking. By cultivating wisdom and ethical conduct and developing mental discipline through practices like meditation, individuals can gradually reduce their tendency to overthink. The Eightfold Path serves as a comprehensive guide to transforming one's mental habits and achieving a more peaceful state of mind. In summary, the Four Noble Truths offer a framework for understanding and addressing overthinking by recognizing it as a form of suffering rooted in attachment, showing that liberation from this suffering is possible, and providing practical steps to achieve mental clarity and peace. The Eightfold Path, central to Buddhist practice, offers a comprehensive framework for addressing the pervasive issue of overthinking. This path is divided into 8 interconnected aspects that guide individuals toward a balanced and mindful life. By integrating these principles, one can cultivate mental clarity and reduce the tendency to overthink. Right understanding is the first step, emphasizing the importance of seeing things as they truly are. Overthinking often stems from misconceptions and distorted perceptions. By developing a clear understanding of the nature of reality, we can begin to dismantle the erroneous beliefs that fuel our incessant thoughts. Right intention involves cultivating a mindset of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. Overthinking is frequently driven by desires and aversions. By setting intentions aligned with letting go of attachments and fostering positive states of mind, we can create a mental environment less conducive to overthinking. Right speech encourages us to communicate truthfully and harmoniously. The words we use can either calm or agitate our minds. Practicing mindful speech helps in reducing mental clutter and promotes a more peaceful inner dialogue. Right action focuses on ethical conduct and living in harmony with others. Engaging in actions that are kind and compassionate reduces internal conflict and guilt, which are common triggers for overthinking. Right livelihood advises choosing an occupation that does not cause harm to others. A livelihood that aligns with ethical principles contributes to mental peace and reduces stress, thereby mitigating overthinking. Right effort involves cultivating positive states of mind while preventing negative ones from arising. This requires diligence and persistence in maintaining mental discipline, which helps in steering the mind away from unproductive rumination. Right mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in each moment. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them. By developing this skill, we can recognize when we are overthinking and gently bring our focus back to the present moment. Right concentration refers to developing deep states of meditative absorption. Through practices like meditation, we can train our minds to achieve greater focus and tranquility. This concentrated state helps in reducing the scattered nature of overthinking. By following the Eightfold Path, individuals can systematically address the root causes of overthinking. Each aspect of the path supports the cultivation of a balanced mind, leading to greater mental clarity and emotional well-being. Integrating these principles into daily life provides practical tools for overcoming the habit of overthinking and fostering a more serene and focused state of mind. Mindfulness meditation is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice and offers a powerful antidote to the incessant cycle of overthinking. At its core, mindfulness meditation involves paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. This practice helps individuals become more aware of their thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they arise, allowing them to observe these experiences without becoming entangled in them. By cultivating this non-reactive awareness, one can begin to break free from the habitual patterns of overthinking that often lead to stress and anxiety. In mindfulness meditation, practitioners typically focus on their breath as an anchor to the present moment. By gently bringing attention back to the breath whenever the mind starts to wander, individuals train themselves to remain grounded in the here and now. This simple yet profound practice helps to create a mental space where thoughts can be observed rather than automatically followed. Over time, this leads to a greater sense of clarity and calm as the mind becomes less cluttered with incessant chatter. Another important aspect of mindfulness meditation is the cultivation of an attitude of acceptance and non-judgment. Instead of labeling thoughts as good or bad, practitioners learn to observe them with curiosity and openness. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, as it reduces the tendency to get caught up in self-critical or negative thinking patterns. By accepting thoughts as they are, without trying to change or suppress them, individuals can develop a more compassionate relationship with their own minds. Mindfulness meditation also encourages a deeper understanding of the impermanent nature of thoughts and emotions. Through regular practice, individuals come to see that thoughts are transient phenomena that arise and pass away on their own. This realization can diminish the power that overthinking holds over one's life, as it becomes clear that no thought is permanent or inherently true. This insight fosters a sense of detachment and equanimity, making it easier to let go of unproductive mental habits. Incorporating mindfulness meditation into daily life does not require extensive time commitments or special conditions. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing each day can make a significant difference in reducing overthinking. Additionally, mindfulness can be practiced in various activities such as walking, eating, or even washing dishes. The key is to bring full attention to whatever one is doing, thereby transforming ordinary moments into opportunities for mindful awareness. Ultimately, mindfulness meditation offers a practical and effective way to address overthinking by fostering a more balanced and present-centered approach to life. By training the mind to stay anchored in the present moment and cultivating an attitude of acceptance and non-judgment, individuals can break free from the cycle of incessant thinking and experience greater peace and clarity. The practice of letting go is a fundamental aspect of Buddhist teachings and is particularly relevant when addressing the issue of overthinking. In Buddhism, attachment is seen as one of the primary sources of suffering. When we cling to thoughts, emotions, or material possessions, we create a fertile ground for anxiety and mental unrest. Letting go, therefore, becomes an essential practice for achieving mental clarity and peace. Letting go does not mean abandoning responsibilities or becoming indifferent to life. Instead, it involves releasing the tight grip we have on our thoughts and emotions. This practice encourages us to observe our mental patterns without becoming entangled in them. By doing so, we can see our thoughts for what they are, transient and often not reflective of reality. This detachment allows us to respond to situations more skillfully rather than reacting impulsively based on ingrained habits or fears. In practical terms, letting go can be cultivated through mindfulness meditation. During meditation, one learns to focus on the present moment and observe thoughts as they arise and pass away. This observation helps in recognizing the impermanent nature of thoughts and reduces their power over us. For instance, when a worrisome thought arises, instead of spiraling into anxiety, one can acknowledge its presence and gently redirect attention back to the breath or another focal point. Another technique is the practice of non-attachment in daily life. This involves being fully engaged in activities without being overly concerned about the outcome. Whether it's a work project or a personal relationship, approaching it with a sense of openness and flexibility can reduce the mental burden of constant overthinking. By accepting that not everything is within our control, we can find peace in uncertainty. The teachings of impermanence, anicca, also play a crucial role in letting go. Understanding that everything is subject to change helps us release our hold on fixed ideas and expectations. This awareness can be particularly liberating when dealing with negative thoughts or emotions. Recognizing that these too shall pass can diminish their intensity and impact on our well-being. Moreover, letting go involves cultivating an attitude of forgiveness, both towards oneself and others. Holding on to grudges or past mistakes only fuels overthinking and emotional distress. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the chains of resentment and guilt, allowing for a more serene state of mind. In summary, the practice of letting go is about releasing our attachments to thoughts, emotions, and outcomes. It is a process that requires mindfulness, acceptance of impermanence, and an attitude of forgiveness. Through consistent practice, we can reduce overthinking and cultivate a mind that is calm, clear, and resilient. In the journey to stop overthinking, the role of compassion and loving kindness cannot be overstated. These qualities are central to Buddhist practice and offer profound tools for calming the mind and fostering inner peace. Compassion, in the Buddhist context, is the heartfelt wish that others be free from suffering. Loving kindness, or metta, is the genuine desire for the happiness and well-being of others. When we cultivate these qualities, we shift our focus from incessant self-concern and mental rumination to a broader, more inclusive perspective. Overthinking often stems from a place of fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. We become trapped in cycles of negative thoughts about ourselves and our circumstances. By practicing compassion and loving kindness, we can break these cycles. When we extend compassion to ourselves, we acknowledge our own suffering without judgment. This self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a dear friend. It creates a space where we can accept our imperfections and mistakes without becoming consumed by them. Loving kindness meditation is a practical way to develop these qualities. In this practice, we silently repeat phrases such as, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, and may I live with ease." We then extend these wishes to others, first to loved ones, then to acquaintances, and even to those with whom we have difficulties. This practice helps dissolve feelings of isolation and connects us to the shared human experience of seeking happiness and avoiding suffering. As we nurture compassion and loving kindness, our minds become less preoccupied with endless analysis and more attuned to the present moment. We begin to see that overthinking is often a manifestation of our desire to control outcomes or avoid discomfort. Compassion teaches us that it is okay to let go of this need for control. It encourages us to embrace uncertainty with a gentle heart. Moreover, when we approach others with loving kindness, our relationships improve, reducing interpersonal conflicts that can contribute to overthinking. We learn to respond rather than react, creating a more harmonious environment both internally and externally. In summary, compassion and loving kindness are powerful antidotes to overthinking. They help us move beyond self-centered concerns and cultivate a mindset of acceptance and connection. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can transform our mental habits and find greater peace amidst the chaos of modern life. Present moment awareness, often referred to as mindfulness, is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice and philosophy. It involves fully engaging with the here and now, rather than being preoccupied with past regrets or future anxieties. This state of awareness is crucial for addressing the habit of overthinking, which typically involves ruminating on what has already happened or worrying about what might happen. By focusing on the present moment, we can break free from these cycles of thought that lead to stress and mental exhaustion. In Buddhism, present moment awareness is cultivated through various practices, most notably meditation. During meditation, practitioners are encouraged to observe their thoughts and sensations without judgment or attachment. This non-reactive observation helps to create a mental space where thoughts can come and go without causing distress. Over time, this practice trains the mind to remain anchored in the present, reducing the tendency to overthink. The importance of present moment awareness extends beyond formal meditation sessions. It can be integrated into daily activities such as eating, walking, or even washing dishes. By paying close attention to the sensory experiences and actions involved in these tasks, we can transform mundane routines into opportunities for mindfulness. This shift in focus helps to ground us in the present moment, making it easier to let go of unnecessary mental chatter. Moreover, present moment awareness fosters a deeper connection with our surroundings and the people in our lives. When we are fully present, we are more attentive listeners and more compassionate companions. This enhanced presence not only improves our relationships, but also enriches our overall experience of life. We begin to notice the beauty in simple things and find joy in moments that might otherwise go unnoticed. In essence, present moment awareness is a powerful antidote to overthinking. It allows us to experience life more fully and authentically by freeing us from the grip of incessant mental activity. Through consistent practice, we can cultivate a mind that is calm, clear, and focused on the here and now. This state of being not only alleviates the burden of overthinking, but also opens the door to greater peace and contentment. Cultivating mindfulness is a practice that can significantly reduce overthinking and bring a sense of peace and clarity to one's life. One of the most effective techniques to develop mindfulness is through mindful breathing. This involves paying close attention to the breath as it enters and leaves the body. By focusing on the rhythm of your breathing, you anchor your mind in the present moment, which helps to quiet the incessant chatter that often leads to overthinking. Whenever you notice your mind wandering, gently bring your focus back to your breath without judgment. Another practical technique is body scan meditation. This practice involves mentally scanning your body from head to toe, paying attention to any sensations you feel without trying to change them. By doing this, you cultivate a deeper awareness of your physical presence and learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without becoming entangled in them. This can be particularly helpful in recognizing how stress and anxiety manifest in your body, allowing you to address these issues more effectively. Engaging in mindful walking is another excellent way to cultivate mindfulness. As you walk, pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your legs, and the rhythm of your steps. Notice the sights, sounds, and smells around you without getting caught up in them. This practice not only grounds you in the present moment, but also transforms a mundane activity into an opportunity for mindfulness. Incorporating mindfulness into daily activities is also beneficial. Whether you're eating, washing dishes, or brushing your teeth, try to do these tasks with full awareness. Pay attention to the textures, tastes, and movements involved in each activity. By bringing mindfulness into everyday routines, you create more opportunities to practice being present and reduce the tendency to overthink. Loving kindness meditation is another powerful technique that complements mindfulness practice. This involves silently repeating phrases such as, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be safe," and extending these wishes to others. This practice not only fosters compassion, but also shifts your focus away from negative thought patterns that contribute to overthinking. Finally, setting aside time for formal meditation practice can greatly enhance mindfulness. Even just a few minutes a day can make a significant difference. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath or a specific object of meditation. Consistency is key. Over time, regular meditation practice will help train your mind to stay present and reduce the habit of overthinking. By integrating these practical techniques into your daily life, you can cultivate mindfulness and create a mental environment that is less prone to overthinking. The journey towards mindfulness is gradual and requires patience, but with persistent effort, it can lead to profound changes in how you experience life. A regular meditation practice offers numerous benefits, particularly in the context of overthinking. One of the most significant advantages is the cultivation of mental clarity. Through consistent meditation, individuals learn to observe their thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This detachment allows for a clearer understanding of one's mental patterns and reduces the tendency to overthink. By creating a space between thought and reaction, meditation helps individuals respond to situations more mindfully rather than impulsively. Another benefit is the reduction of stress and anxiety. Overthinking often stems from a mind that is constantly racing, filled with worries about the past or future. Meditation encourages a focus on the present moment, which can alleviate the burden of these concerns. As practitioners become more adept at staying present, they experience a decrease in overall stress levels and an increase in emotional stability. This calmness extends beyond meditation sessions, gradually permeating daily life. Meditation also enhances concentration and focus. Overthinking can scatter one's attention, making it difficult to complete tasks efficiently. Regular meditation trains the mind to maintain sustained attention on a single point of focus, whether it be the breath, a mantra, or an object of contemplation. This improved concentration can lead to greater productivity and a sense of accomplishment, further reducing the inclination to overthink. Emotional regulation is another key benefit of regular meditation practice. By fostering a non-judgmental awareness of thoughts and feelings, meditation helps individuals develop greater emotional resilience. This means that they are less likely to be overwhelmed by negative emotions or caught in cycles of rumination. Instead, they can acknowledge their emotions without being dominated by them, leading to healthier emotional responses. Furthermore, regular meditation practice promotes a deeper sense of self-awareness. As individuals spend time observing their inner experiences, they gain insights into their habitual thought patterns and emotional triggers. This heightened self-awareness can lead to more intentional living and decision-making, as individuals become more attuned to what truly matters to them. Lastly, meditation fosters a sense of inner peace and contentment. By regularly turning inward and connecting with a state of stillness, practitioners often experience a profound sense of well-being that is not dependent on external circumstances. This inner peace can serve as a stable foundation from which to navigate life's challenges without falling into the trap of overthinking. In summary, the benefits of a regular meditation practice are manifold and deeply impactful for those struggling with overthinking. From mental clarity and reduced stress to enhanced concentration and emotional regulation, meditation offers practical tools for cultivating a more mindful and balanced life. Through consistent practice, individuals can transform their relationship with their thoughts and find greater peace in the present moment. In the journey to overcome overthinking, real-life applications and success stories serve as powerful testimonies to the efficacy of Buddhist practices. One notable example is the story of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc., who was known for his innovative mind and relentless pursuit of perfection. Jobs was a practitioner of Zen Buddhism, which significantly influenced his approach to life and work. He often credited his ability to focus and think clearly to his meditation practice. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation into his daily routine, Jobs was able to quiet his mind, reduce stress, and enhance his creativity, ultimately leading to groundbreaking innovations. Another inspiring story is that of Sharon Salzberg, a renowned meditation teacher and author. Salzberg's early life was marked by personal struggles and emotional turmoil, which led her to explore Buddhist teachings. Through consistent practice of mindfulness and loving-kindness meditation, she transformed her relationship with her thoughts and emotions. Salzberg's journey from suffering to inner peace highlights the transformative power of Buddhist practices in managing overthinking and cultivating a balanced mind. In a more everyday context, consider the experience of John, a corporate executive who faced constant pressure and anxiety due to his demanding job. John turned to mindfulness meditation as a way to cope with his overactive mind. By dedicating just 20 minutes each day to sitting quietly and observing his breath, he noticed a significant reduction in his stress levels. Over time, John developed greater clarity and focus, which not only improved his work performance, but also enhanced his overall well-being. These success stories are not limited to well-known figures or extraordinary circumstances. Many individuals from various walks of life have found solace in Buddhist practices. For instance, Sarah, a university student struggling with academic pressures and social anxiety, discovered the benefits of mindfulness through a campus meditation group. By learning to observe her thoughts without judgment and practicing self-compassion, Sarah was able to navigate her challenges with greater ease and confidence. The common thread in these stories is the application of Buddhist principles such as mindfulness, meditation, and compassion. These practices provide practical tools for managing overthinking by fostering present moment awareness and reducing mental clutter. They encourage individuals to observe their thoughts without getting entangled in them, allowing for a more peaceful and focused mind. Moreover, these real-life examples demonstrate that overcoming overthinking is not about eliminating thoughts altogether, but about changing one's relationship with them. By integrating Buddhist practices into daily life, individuals can cultivate a sense of inner calm and resilience that empowers them to face life's challenges with equanimity. In conclusion, the success stories of individuals like Steve Jobs, Sharon Salzberg, John, and Sarah illustrate the profound impact that Buddhist practices can have on managing overthinking. These real-life applications serve as a testament to the transformative power of mindfulness, meditation, and compassion in fostering mental clarity and emotional well-being. Whether one is navigating the demands of a high-pressure job or dealing with personal struggles, the principles of Buddhism offer practical solutions for cultivating a balanced and peaceful mind. One common misconception about Buddhism and overthinking is that the practice of Buddhism aims to completely eradicate thoughts from the mind. This is not accurate. Buddhism does not seek to eliminate thinking, but rather to transform the relationship one has with their thoughts. The goal is to cultivate a state of mindfulness where one can observe thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This allows for a more balanced and less reactive mental state, reducing the tendency to overthink. Another misconception is that meditation, a core practice in Buddhism, is solely about achieving a blank mind. Many people believe that if they cannot stop their thoughts entirely, they are failing at meditation. In reality, meditation is about awareness and presence. It involves observing thoughts as they arise and pass away without judgment or attachment. This practice helps individuals understand the transient nature of thoughts and reduces the power they have over one's emotional state. Some people also think that Buddhism promotes detachment in a way that leads to apathy or indifference towards life's challenges. However, Buddhist teachings emphasize compassionate detachment, which means letting go of unhealthy attachments while still engaging with the world in a caring and empathetic manner. This approach helps reduce overthinking by encouraging a balanced perspective on life's events. Additionally, there is a belief that Buddhist practices are too time-consuming or difficult for the average person to incorporate into daily life. While it is true that some practices require dedication, many techniques can be integrated into everyday activities. Simple mindfulness exercises, such as paying attention to one's breath or being fully present during routine tasks, can significantly reduce overthinking without requiring extensive time commitments. Lastly, some people assume that Buddhism is a religion that requires adherence to specific dogmas or rituals to benefit from its teachings on overthinking. In fact, Buddhism can be approached as a philosophy or way of life rather than a religion. Its principles and practices are accessible to anyone, regardless of their religious background, and can be adapted to fit individual needs and lifestyles. By addressing these misconceptions, it becomes clear that Buddhism offers practical and accessible tools for managing overthinking. Through mindfulness, compassionate detachment, and present moment awareness, individuals can transform their relationship with their thoughts and cultivate a more peaceful and centered mind. In conclusion, overthinking is a pervasive issue that can significantly impact our mental and emotional well-being. Buddhism offers profound insights and practical tools to address this challenge. By understanding the nature of the mind and recognizing the patterns that lead to overthinking, we can begin to cultivate a more peaceful and focused state of being. The Four Noble Truths provide a framework for understanding the root causes of our suffering, including the tendency to overthink, while the Eightfold Path offers a comprehensive guide to transforming our thoughts and actions. Mindfulness meditation is a cornerstone practice in Buddhism that helps us develop present moment awareness, allowing us to observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. The practice of letting go teaches us to release attachments and aversions that fuel overthinking, fostering a sense of inner freedom. Compassion and loving kindness further enhance our ability to approach ourselves and others with gentleness and understanding, reducing the harsh self-criticism that often accompanies overthinking. By integrating these principles into our daily lives, we can create a more balanced and harmonious existence. Practical techniques such as mindful breathing, body scans, and loving kindness meditation can be easily incorporated into our routines, providing immediate relief from the cycle of overthinking. The benefits of a regular meditation practice are well documented, including reduced stress, improved concentration, and greater emotional resilience. Real-life applications and success stories demonstrate that these Buddhist practices are not just theoretical concepts, but effective strategies for overcoming overthinking. It is important to address common misconceptions about Buddhism, such as the idea that it requires renouncing all worldly activities or emotions. In reality, Buddhism encourages a middle way that embraces both spiritual growth and practical living. Ultimately, the key to stopping overthinking lies in cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and present moment awareness. By doing so, we can transform our relationship with our thoughts and experience greater peace and clarity in our lives. As we continue on this path, we discover that the mind's natural state is one of stillness and wisdom, free from the constant chatter of overthinking. To keep expanding your spiritual awareness, click one of the videos on screen now.